everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye and this is my world. Today's topic is soulmates and fated unions. Soulmates and fated unions. Before we get started, I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new viewers, the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now, we do have a letter to kick us off. So let's dive right into this letter and then we can talk about this issue. Okay? Here we go. She says, I just had a question about seeing repetitive numbers. To be frank, I've been seeing my ex-husband's birthday 6/16 or as 9/19 on the clock, receipts, addresses, YouTube videos, time length, you name it. Every day for the past few years. I've been divorced since 2013 and share an 11-year-old son he has nothing to do with. I also see other repetitive numbers all the time as well, but this one started before all others and is the most consistent, and I just don't understand it. I've heard some spiritual teachers say whatever you were thinking about when you saw the numbers, it may be confirmation to that, but my mind is all over the place. Sometimes I don't even be thinking about anything and a number will pop up. There are so many videos about this, so I know I'm not the only one. I just never heard your perspective on it. Okay. All right. I know what you mean about repetitive numbers, because once I began my spiritual journey, then I used to notice numbers. I get numbers quite constant. And these are, for instance, let me tell you the numbers that I'm talking about right now. And these are not soulmate numbers. These are just communicative numbers. Numbers like 333, you'll see 444, a lot, things like that. Those are angel numbers. And you can look that up and, all over YouTube, they'll tell you what these angel numbers mean. And what this means is that your spiritual guide is trying to communicate something to you. Okay? Probably trying to steer you in the right direction. Like you'll get a number and the meaning will be something like, watch what you're thinking because you're creating your reality. And then it brings you back to whatever you were thinking about, because our mind, it will drift. It would drift into negative things, and you don't want that. And sometimes you'll see a number that snaps you back to ground yourself and remember that whatever you think about creates your reality. Okay, now, what about soulmate numbers? All right, numbers that are associated with people that you have been involved with. Okay. I have a lot of experience with this one. Before I became spiritual and I met the narcissist, during my time, during the end time with the narcissist, when the trouble started, I started doing a lot of research. And the first thing I came upon was twin flame. Okay, apparently people who follow the twin flame journey believe that before birth, your soul for some reason decided to divide into two parts. Okay, to live different lives, but at some point you will meet together, okay, I guess share your lessons or whatever. Okay, when I met the narcissist, and I came upon this information, I actually thought that the narcissist was my twin flame, my soul twin. And I'll tell you why. Because when we met, the very first day I met him, my soul knew him. Okay? Even before, because I walked up on him and he had his back turned, and I knew him. That has never happened to me before. All right? So now I'm really curious. Now, why do I know him from the inside, but I've never laid eyes on this man ever? Okay? So that drew me to him. And I did a lot more research about it, and it seemed to fit the twin flame journey from the beginning to the end. It fit the twin flame journey. And so that kept me bonded to him, believing that was my twin, which now, even if he was my twin, he was a narcissist. He already had given himself over to a demonic energy. So I couldn't do anything with it. But after we separated, I used to see his name everywhere. Everywhere. You know, on TV, in the movie credits, you know, a poster. On a street sign, I would see his name everywhere. Okay? So now I'm saying, well, wait a minute. I want to break this tie with this narcissist. But it took a while for me to be able to break it. I'm telling you, I would think about it just out of the blue, and I would see his name a lot. Now, I would not see numbers associated with his name, but this particular narcissist, I believe, in my life was a fated union. It was something that was supposed to happen in my life for a number of reasons. If I had not had the experience with a narcissist, I would not be able to share the experience with you and help you to watch out for any pitfalls you would get with a narcissist. You see? And my experience with the narcissist, if it was my twin, we're going to go with this, it was really a blessing. Because of that experience, it set me on my spiritual path. Yeah, you follow me? It set me on a spiritual path to ascension, being with that narcissist that I thought was my twin. Okay? Now, you know, with more knowledge, I think he was I don't know. I don't know if he was a twin or a false twin, but the blessing that came out of that was that it kicked me onto my spiritual path. And I never looked back. You know, and every day I continue to do research and to grow. All right. Now, again, maybe that's why you are seeing numbers associated with your ex. Maybe your time with him was a fated union and you still had that bond. All right. Now, with the narcissist, because of my spiritual path, I was able to break that soul tie with the narcissist. So eventually, me seeing his name and thinking about him and things like that, it stopped because the soul tie was broken. He was no longer in my energy. Now for you, if you're still seeing his numbers and whatever, he is still in your energy. All right. And to break the soul tie, you know, you need to do a little work. You can't just wait it out. It's not going to happen. On your spiritual path, during your meditations, is when you can break that. For you won't be thinking about him anymore, and you won't be seeing numbers associated with him, because this is telepathy. Who knows? He may be thinking about you, and that's why you see those numbers. So it's more than what you are thinking about, because I used to see my ex's name everywhere, and he's the furthest thing from my mind. I'm trying to forget him, and I would still see his name. But once I went into my meditations and did my affirmations and continued to grow, it's over. You know, the tie was broken. And I'm able now to talk about it, think about it. It doesn't affect me one way or the other. All right. So I hope that you understand that message. And you ladies, a soulmate. Let me explain what I understand between a soulmate and a twin. Okay. The soulmate is usually somebody on your same page. You get along, it's a person you jive together pretty good. A soulmate. All right? Now, a twin is like looking in the mirror. You see? Your twin is not going to like what they see in you. And you probably won't like what you see in your twin. The twin, I believe, comes together to teach you a lesson. You see? To help you to ascend. All right? That's my belief in that, because that's what happened to me. All right? Now, soulmate will be someone who's supportive to you, who's loving. You're both on the same page and everything is lovely. All right? So that way you can tell the difference. I know a lot of us, when we hear that terms, a twin, we take off running to find your twin. And I hear people say, I found my twin and we're very happy. That's not your twin. That's your soulmate. There is a difference. I hope that you understand the message today. And I really hope that it helps and you understand the difference between your soulmate and fated unions. Now, I know I went off and talked about the twin, but some unions are fated for you to meet this person and be with this person. But fated unions are about lessons, people. So every relationship you get in may not be like a soulmate relationship. It may start out that way, but it may end up being a lesson. It may just be a fated union for your personal growth. Whether you grow from it or learn the lesson or not. Because if you don't learn the lesson, you're going to repeat it. Somebody else is going to come into your life until you learn the lesson. Once you learn it, then you go on, you ascend. But that doesn't mean that your lessons stop. Because that's why you're here, to learn. All right? I hope that you understand the message today. And I really hope that it helps someone. Now, those of you who have questions that you would like for me to answer, my email address is in the description. And also those who are looking for your affirmation for today, the link is also in the description. I want to thank you for your comments. Thank you for your letters. And a special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate it. I wish you all the very best and happiness, and I really hope to see you next time.